Well, Perfect Turd Podcast, episode 30.
Yep.
The Golden Temple Amazons, Lamar.
Oh boy.
Hey, Lamar, do you want to watch a movie with a lot of boobs?
Oh well, I'm trying to cut back on pornography, but
Well, what could you say about this movie other than that, really?
yes, basically yes.
Yeah.
That's this movie. Yes.
And what was the director's name again?
Jesús Franco, or
Jesús Franco.
one of them, because there's two of them. There's for some reason there's the director listed on IMDb as Elaine Payette, but his name on the film was James Gartner, and then Jesús Franco is uncredited as the director as well.
Great.
I don't know how that worked with this movie, but
Well, he has a particular style that he adheres to, so
we could be talking about that later. Jesús Franco, yes.
just a little bit. All right, yeah. The rundown.
The opening scene. That's very important.
There's something more important. Starts off topless Amazons on horseback riding in slow motion for probably a good minute. That's the opening scene.
Yeah. I think that's what told us everything we needed to know about this movie. So yeah, it's slow motion horseback riding topless.
There you go. And then so this guy, he sees one of the topless women. Yeah. He decides to follow him to their temple where they're mining gold. It's the Golden Temple.
Boom.
He steals some of the gold. They try to fight him off. But what does he do? He like chops to a girl.
Judo chop, man. That was back. I think they were coming out the 70s and the 80s. The judo chop still worked. So it was like a whop and just knocked her out. Bam. Yeah.
Yep. And the arm goes back. The boob comes out, of course, because that's part of this movie, apparently. Well, they warn him not to steal the gold or else. Well, or else happens.
Yeah. He gets shot with arrows. Him and his wife.
And his wife. But they leave his daughter alive. She's probably about, like, 10, 12 or so.
Something like that, yeah.
And then
Young girl.
She ends up getting raised by tribesmen, basically, like in the jungle.
We'll call it that because it's only one that she's ever around, which... Yeah, that was weird, so... Yeah.
Yes.
So.
And then she has, like, a connection with the animals of the jungle. She's like the Beastmaster, basically.
Yeah, she can communicate with them out of nowhere. It's never explained.
Yep. Then randomly one day, some old guy just shows up that was friends with her father, finds like his journal and explains what happened to her parents, that they were killed and all this.
Because apparently she can't read.
Yeah, but she should have been able to read that. She was like 10 when her parents died.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, they had this whole thing where they try to make her seem like this wild jungle woman, but she was civilized up until, like, 10 or 12. But
yeah, she said, "Mommy, Daddy," when they died.
So anyways, now she's pissed. She wants to get revenge on the Golden Temple Amazon, so she decides to go there, but she gets captured by the tribesmen that are her friends, but they're trying to get her not to go because it's dangerous. And then, what was that one guy that she had to fight?
Cuckoo. He is the witch doctor. He's probably one of the worst soldiers there. I guess she overpowers him, and then they're like, well, okay, we'll let you go, but you got to go with this guy. Our weakest soldier for some reason. I don't know.
But he has magic.
We'll talk about that magic. Yeah.
Along the way, they run into an archaeologist and his girlfriend or whatever.
And I guess their bodyguard?
Yeah, their bodyguard, or maybe he was their guide or something. Not sure what was going on there. They decide, well, we're all going to the same place, so let's all go together. It's like the Wizard of Oz. They all end up going together.
It really is. Yeah, we're going. Let's team up. Yeah.
Great. But then they get captured along the way.
In a very stupid way. The wife decides to go nude swimming in a random lake or whatever, and then she hears a noise in a cave, and she gets out of the water. She doesn't put her clothes back on to go back to the theme of toplessness. She's just walking around.
Full bush, everything.
Full everything is all out. And then she gets hit with the mist by the cave. She gets knocked out. They look for her. Same thing happens. And then they get captured by them.
They're all captured. And then they find out the inner workings of this golden temple. There's like a leader. That's an old random white dude that has nothing to do with Amazons, which is the exact opposite of Amazons. Amazons are strong women that, like, you know, just have men to be their servants, but then they're Amazons being ruled by this old white guy.
By himself.
Didn't make sense. But he told the Amazon woman leader, like, you gotta fight this girl. What was her name?
Liana.
You have to fight her because she's so beautiful. She might take your place or something. So then they fight in a very awkward, mostly naked fight.
Of course. Of course. I mean, we can't stray from the path now, Joe.
No, it's too late. Too late.
Yeah, it's too late.
Then a weird thing happens. So Liana wins.
Yes.
And then the guy is like, okay, you're with me now or something. And then he presumably rapes her, is what it seemed like.
Yes.
But then she kills him. The old Amazon leader is still trying to get at her. She still has her friends locked up and everything. Yeah. Luckily, Liana's pet monkey,
Rocky,
saved the day. He got them all free, except for the archaeologist and his wife.
They get beaten to death and then impaled on spikes.
Yeah, and there was actually one scene where they were torturing him. And they came with, like, some big, like, I don't know what you would call that, like, and they squeeze his balls and stuff.
Yeah, yes. Yeah.
That was funny. But anyways, the end is just so stupid because it's like they're torturing her friends. They're watching them torture their own friends.
For a good while.
Yeah, for a good while. Then when they die by falling on the spikes, the witch doctor decides to use his magic to kill the Amazons off.
Like
which he could have done, like, way back in the beginning.
Yeah, it's weird because they're just white. Because I think Liana says, stop. They don't do anything to stop them, so.
At some point, it just comes to him, I'll use my magic. Boop.
Yeah.
And the movie kind of just ends like that, more or less. The rating, how do you rate it?
Well, Joe, I think it sums up everything in the first couple of scenes, what I think of this movie. I'm going to have to give it a 1. Here's why. Nothing makes sense, not even in like a fantastical way. Because we were talking, we've already covered, like, you know, topless women. We thought that was just going to be the Amazons. Yeah. No, it's even for Liana.
Yeah.
Because she grows up and then for some reason she just has like, what is it? Like
it's like a I don't know what you call it, like an animal skin or something.
Yeah, it's like an animal skin.
But it covers her bottom, but the animal skin on the top covers, but her boobs are still like,
they stick out in there.
Sticking out the side and everything, which is weird.
That's a problem.
But yeah, going back to like what we said, she was a civilized little girl. Her parents get killed, and at some point she just became a wild woman.
Yeah, it's not even, and like when we mentioned the tribes people, they don't even really like take her in. She's just in the woods by herself. And the old guy, he's like, yeah, I finally came back. It took him around 20 years to come get this little girl. Like, what were you doing between that time?
He had shit to do, Lamar.
I guess so. And I guess my last point is, I think you covered it. And pretty much it's a dirty old man ruling over Amazons, which I was like,
that was strange.
Okay. That was very strange. So I can forgive a B movie for being crazy, but this one was, I feel like, just lazy. Like they were just like, we got some naked women, we're in the woods.
Just put something together.
Put something together. And that's how I rate it. So,
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, everything that you said is most of the reasons why I love this movie, because I was laughing the whole time. The whole time watching this. It's a horrible movie. It makes no sense. It's stupid. It's got some dumb scenes, but the movie as a whole, it's just so preposterous and stupid that I loved it. So I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 just for fun. It's mind-numbing.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely mind-numbing. Like, I think when she goes nude to jump into the lake, and then she gets out and doesn't put her clothes, I was like, my brain is turned off.
Yeah, she's like, I hear a sound. I better go investigate. I don't need my clothes. I'm just gonna walk around. I'm fearful to see any more of this guy's movies.
Well, let's see here, Joe. Jesús Franco. Let's go down some of the names. He has passed, so rest in peace.
Yep.
But we're going to start at the top.
Okay.
But then the next one is Revenge of the Alligator Ladies.
I wonder if there's nudity in that one, Lamar.
Vampiros Lesbos. Snake Woman. Jess Franco's Passion. Jess Franco's Perversion. Killer Barbies versus Dracula. So this is all in 2000. Like in the 2000s. We haven't even getting down to like the 90s or the 80s. So
yeah. Well, apparently he has a style and he's sticking to it. So
yes.
I don't know. I mean, I would never want to see this movie ever again, but it's one of those late night, let me just watch something to pass some time or whatever. No infomercials are on, so I'll watch the Golden Temple Amazons instead.
Exactly. That's basically what it is.
Yeah. Perfect Turd Podcast, episode 30, the Golden Temple Amazons.
Yes. That's the movie. That's the log line of the movie, Joe. All you would need is a jungle background and be like, Golden Temple, Amazon. Yeah.
Oh, man.